Massive global changes ahead. Currently, we are traveling explosive times in which the outer fields are reaching maximum saturation of energetic contraction that occurs with the amplification of polarities, where the dark forces are rising to retaliate against the eternal solar light pouring into the planet that is being overseen by the incoming eternal God forces. Now there are interdimensional benevolent forces of eternal light entering into close proximity of the Earth's surface, and they are friendly and supportive to humanity's ascension. There have been other groups showing up as well, such as enlightened reptilian factions that are monitoring the high conflict situations happening with disclosure and calling back home some of their genetic representatives. Some are gently contacting their genetic representatives on the planet through dreams and meditation, bringing in spontaneous divine inspiration and sudden personal insights. Generally, those that experience a private first contact are the starseed representatives of those specific genetic affiliations that are recorded within the individual's light body. The consciousness record held within the individual's light body contain the holographic memories of their personal life stream's spiritual histories shared with their primary star family. With the more visible gathering of benevolent light forces beginning to contact their family members on the planetary surface, we are very close to massive global changes in the collective consciousness. Please know that many of these incoming benevolent light families have been showing themselves in the skies through their traveling orb bodies and what appears to be fireballs. These are biological ships or traveling light Merkabas revealing themselves to the public. They are pushing against the controller's iron grip, restraining the floodgates of global disclosure. As this is the time to reveal the 3D controlled narratives filled with the deceptions and lies of the criminal psychopaths in power, by forcing the belly of the beast and its shroud of darkness to be fully seen and made visible for those who are willing to see the conditions behind the intended consciousness enslavement of humanity. When we have ascension flu and exhaustion symptoms from acclimating to the new incoming solar energies, this is not an entropic process. This is actually helping the body to slow down and drop miasmatic density in order to acclimate and embody more light into the cells, which generates more ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate, a nucleotide that performs many essential roles in the cell. It is the major energy currency of the cell, providing the energy for most of the energy-consuming activities of the cell. ATP transports chemical energy within cells for metabolism and ascension for embodying higher frequencies that radically change our physical body's metabolic processes. At stages of light body accretion, the body will experience rapid expansion into higher oscillating frequencies. This frequency expansion conjuncts with energetic blockages within our body that surfaces energy contraction, which can generate some vibration incompatibilities or what feels like incredible pressure made upon the physical body, emotions, or mind. When this occurs, it is possible for the person to experience sensations of carrying heavy density, along with the abrupt need for shadow clearing as deep emotional waves of personal grief and collective sadness are moving through. The physical body can sense the barometric pressure changes happening in the atmosphere. It shifts orientation in space and time and causes differences with the gravitational pull. And all of that combined creates ascension symptom phases that come with substantial internalized pressure that need to be released. The heavy energetic pressure can feel as if it is bearing down upon the physical body from the crown of the head and moving through the skeleton and into the feet. Tension and stiffness from the influx of new energy will also apply achy pressure throughout the muscles and joints in order for the body to circulate and distribute these energies evenly throughout the bodily matrices. This is first commonly felt in the head, neck, and shoulders, and throughout the spine. Sensations of pressure bearing down upon the physical body, heaviness in legs and feet, and moving thermal energies circulating into other areas of the body. During the body's absorption phase, the light body is more unstable because the new frequency alignment is not yet fully integrated. Before the new frequency is fully integrated, while in this phase, it will feel like the darkest of the dark is rising. You may sense the end of times, a phantom death, wishing to leave the planet, feeling completely done with certain conditions, sensing or observing the ending of situations happening around you, and you may feel extremely tired, and yet it is hard to get to sleep. Changing position in time via incremental degrees. When we are changing position in the time field, as we are doing now as a result of the bifurcation, our location on the grid shifts in incremental degrees. In our light body structure, we have a clock shield template that adjusts the difference between the biological time record and the space-time we inhabit. Essentially, during this phase, we are time travelers skipping to the future timeline, and our physical body is not used to traveling through time in this way so rapidly. Thus, the body and mind are acclimating to this change and needs to conserve energy to adjust. Dormant functions in the light body are coming online as we get pulled away from artificial technology and frequency fences that were suppressing and constricting the light body into being locked down into the controlled 3D timelines. During the darkest and most difficult scenarios that may be surfacing within this heavy dark energy contraction phase, it is important to remember this is temporary. The darkest of the dark is rising now into surface view, and this dark night of the soul acts as the spiritual catalyst that catapults us onto the new location with fast and rapid expansion into the higher consciousness frequencies. Thus, it is best to have a regular daily practice to connect with your inner spirit, a spiritual practice where you can focus your mind upon pleasant emotions of love, peace, self-compassion, and a meaningful spiritual connection. Keep giving your burdens to God and making yourself ready to receive the new incoming frequencies of spiritual freedom and accepting the right relationship to yourself and divine right alignment with God. We use the personal Christ as our behavioral model by clearing the shadow and negative ego in order to embody higher frequencies and be one with God. See GSF behavior. Spirit of peace. The spirit of peace is the quality of peace we experience when we have a direct connection with the Godhead and our higher consciousness or higher self. Our relationship with the God Source functions like an internal compass for our souls, leading us in the direction that the inner Holy Spirit intends for the highest expression towards fulfilling the divine purpose for our lives. If we learn how to listen to our internal compass as guided by our inner Christos spirit, we will naturally seek truth in all things in order to align to the divine will of the greater good to serve God, which is service to others and evolving towards becoming an embodied sovereign Christ avatar. Peace be with your heart. Peace be with your mind. Peace be with your body. May all be with the unconditional love and perfect peace held in the eternal light of God and Christ. Until next, Lisa Renee.
Beloved ones, as we decree our intention to continue becoming living bridges for the new Earth's energies and reaffirm with every thought, feeling, and act our choice, we become living conduits for the new Earth's crystalline, diamond plasmatic transmissions, co-creating with them to assist in the planetary seeding and redimensionalization that is taking place. I have been witnessing this process since April, in which Earth's new energies become light filaments that penetrate our DNA, merging with its strands to create higher expressions of ourselves, our lives, and everything we create. They fuse with our intentional desire to ascend into a new reality and link each active DNA strand with the corresponding dimension, frequency, location we are now compatible with at a quantum level. As they become part of our new DNA identity, we resurrect into an illumined version of who we truly are, and everything begins to shift, for our entire body no longer supports the old version of us or our past timeline. Genetic mutations occur as we release old baggage and density, and with it the redimensionalization with other Earth's gates and fabrics, for we are literally moving away from our current 3D time-space zone as our time code coordinates align us with a new dimensional space. The frequency shift we and our lives experience is not always an easy one. If there is resistance in our body cells, fascia, and nervous system, we will feel anxiety, confusion, and a sense of density that weighs us down because we are not letting go gracefully and lovingly. Primal fears arise. Our survival mechanism has been activated out of fear and old programs. When our nervous system has been programmed to continue repeating the same impulses, we need to give it time to readapt again to a new frequency shift, reprogramming our mental bodies using neurosomatic tools to support ourselves, soul retrieval, conscious thinking, and nutrition, as well as self-care, learning how to be patient with our bodies as their density make it harder to adapt to change, unlike in other subtle planes of creations. Normalizing ascension sensations is vital to seeing our organic evolutionary process as a natural one that species experience during metamorphosis. Panicking or trying to micromanage our process will only make it worse. Detaching from all lower input from the outside world is essential to cease the consciousness manipulation being exerted at this time, and, if possible, to all lower frequencies that can interfere with our choice to always remain in our soul portal and illumined timeline. This is a wonderful time for us, with Uranus soon moving into Gemini, to shift lower and rigid structures in our minds and lives that no longer sustain our new reality. And even if challenging at first, once we choose to completely surrender to our new body and personal ascension process, all falls into the right order. For all was always into the right order. It was us, the ones who were resisting the new divine order we are meant to align with at this time. My guides offer for all who are guided and are creating a new path at this time, a polychrome jasper to assist you in your intention to open new pathways, merging with your new chosen timelines and grounding them within you so they can manifest in the physical. It is a crystal that helps you regenerate energies, ground them, and transform what can be transformed and realign with the new, for not all needs to be released if it can be transformed first. It helps you choose among the infinite possibilities out there for you, helping you to rebirth. For those starting on this journey, it is also a Kundalini activator and an ally in your transformational process. The more we release, transform, forgive, and be open to love, the more we retrieve joy, peace, and harmony. It was never meant to be that we, beings made in God's image, suffered from limitation and illusion, and hence suffering and soul disconnection. We are meant to thrive in our creations and the new realities we choose to manifest as sovereigns. Do not settle for anything less than who you truly are, a limitless, free being capable of creating worlds. Within infinite love, Natalia.